Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is M.Naqshbandi from M.Naqshbandi channel. Today we are going to be talking about how did I take 116 scores from the Toefl test, the tips and the strategies that I used. So make sure you watch until the end of this video, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up and comment below any question you have regarding Toefl test. So let's go. Actually, for me, taking a high score from the Toefl test, 100 to 110 scores from the test, was so crucial. Why it was so crucial? Because I wanted to apply to high-ranked universities. So those high-ranked universities need high scores as well. So the required score of those universities were between 100 to 110 scores, and one of them was, Oxford was plus 110, which I eliminated at the first time because I never saw a person in my country take 110 plus from the Toefl test. My English was upper intermediate at those times, and especially my speaking, which was not that good. I didn't have a good accent and a good usage of vocabulary and a good pronunciation in my speaking, and that caused me lots of problems and trouble in the preparation for the Toefl test. So today I want to share with you the tips and the strategies, the primary tips and the strategies that I used for taking 116 scores from the Toefl test, which are very important. You should start with doing these tips and make sure not to neglect them. Tip number 1, know what score you want to take. This is actually very much related to your goal. Some students like to go to medium level universities, some of them high ranked universities. So some of them need 80 to 100 scores, some of them need 100 to 110 or 115 scores to apply and to fulfill the requirements of their university's application. Before Toefl, I just checked the required scores of each university that I wanted to apply to. There were 10 universities and I just checked their required scores, and that was about 100 to 110 scores, which I aimed to take plus 100 scores in those times. That was pretty satisfactory for me. Knowing my score actually helped me a lot. How? By knowing my score, I knew how much effort should I put on taking preparation for the test and what is my goal and what should I take. I knew everything, so I was just prepared and motivated for taking preparation for the test and to take and crush Toefl test. Let me remind you that I actually took the test twice. The first time it took me 3 months to take preparation for the test, and the second time it took me just 2 days. And if you want to know the reason why 3 months at the first and two days at the next one, just watch until the end of this video. There are very important things to be talked. Tip number 2 is to examine yourself. What do I mean by this is that make sure you take a diagnostic test before starting taking preparation for the test. This is very crucial for your test preparation period. Why? Because through taking a diagnostic test and knowing your weak points and power points, you'll know how much effort should you put on which section of the test. Before I started taking preparation for the Toefl test, I just went to the ETS official site, and there was a ETS official Toefl test, and that was like an APK out there. You could have downloaded that. I downloaded it and I just worked that until the end. My score turned out to be plus 15 from the reading section, plus 15 from the listening section, but below 15 and 15 from both the writing and the speaking section. That showed me that I determined that I should put more effort, work more on the speaking and writing section, and just practice on the reading and listening section. It took me actually 10 to 15 days to increase my 15 score in the reading section to 27 scores in each reading and the listening section. And why? Because I knew what is my PowerPoint and what are my weak points in the reading section. What am I bad? Actually, I was bad in paraphrase, insert text, and vocabulary questions of the reading section, and some other parts in other sections which I will tell in our next videos. And I will tell you how can you improve your score in those sections. Tip number 3 is to pay attention to which resources do you use. Make sure you use official resources made by ETS or MC Grahill, that is making the ETS official resources and books, or those resources that use official resources to teach you, like Toefl, or like people who are teaching on free platforms and on like YouTube, like other platforms on internet. However, when you read other resources like Princeton, like Barron's, like Longman, Kaplan, or other books out there, they are just giving you an off-topic TOEFL test, and they are just teaching you how to solve their own self-made TOEFL tests. Tip number 4, make sure you use POE or process of elimination on the test. Process of elimination is actually one of the best ways for solving and manipulating the multiple choice questions. You just eliminate the off-topic, the not mentioned, the direct contradiction, or the incorrect answer choices, and just you find the correct answer choice. This actually helped me a lot on the TOEFL test, especially on the reading section. The reading section is literally the trickiest section of the test. I didn't call it the hardest section, it's just the trickiest section. By using tricks, you can defend the tricks and you can just solve all the questions very easily. And the reading section has the most amount of trap answer choices inside of the test. So make sure you know how to handle those trap answer choices by using POE. You just eliminate some answer choices, like those that are not mentioned, those that are trapped, those that are like direct contradiction answers. If you're still confused about the process of elimination, so make sure you subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell, so by the time I make a very extensive video on this part, process of elimination, you do not miss it and watch it so that you learn and master the POE. Last but not least, tip number 5, which is likely the most important tip for the writing section, is to increase your typing speed. Before I start TOEFL, I actually couldn't type unless I watched the keyboard, and that was really a shame for me. And so I tried to increase my typing speed, and it was actually the last weeks of remaining to my test. So by working about 3 weeks on my typing speed, I increased my typing speed to 25 words per minute, which is actually good but not sufficient. It's really not sufficient because you need at least 30 words per minute typing speed to pass the TOEFL test very easily, and especially that writing section of the test. So make sure you do not face the same problem as I did on the test day. I actually couldn't review my writing sections essay, and that caused like 3 scores diminished from my test score in the first test. But on the second test, I made sure myself that my typing speed is at least 40 words per minute, which is right now, and that helped me a lot on the second test. In summary, make sure you do not neglect these tips. Know what score do you want to take? Take a diagnostic test. Make sure not to use unofficial resources, and use POE and increase your typing speed. Before you go, guys, I want to encourage all of you to subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell, give me thumbs up, comment below any question you have regarding TOEFL test, and be good.